I'm Michaela Delgado.
And I'm Matt Fisher.
And you're listening to Artist Amplifier. Right. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Matt, let's hear it.
WRHU. Welcome back to Artist Amplifier. I'm your host, Matt Fisher.
And I'm Michaela Delgado.
And today we're joined by Atlanta-based indie pop singer-songwriter, Leah. Leah, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. This is what we were saying earlier before the interview. It's funny because we've just because you're based in Atlanta, I'm based here in Long Island now, and we just switched positions for our college career.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Yeah. But getting started, I guess, we want to hop into your musical inspirations. When did you get into making music?
Okay, well, I was classically trained on the piano since I was 5, so I was just learning a lot about music in general. And then when I was around 7 or 8, I started actually listening to some songs of my own that I liked, not my own songs, I meant just songs I discovered on YouTube, Apple Music. That's what my family used at the time. And yeah, and then I would have to say one of my earliest inspirations is Taylor Swift because my dad was a huge Swiftie, so the only music I discovered on his iPod was Taylor Swift. And then as I got older, I started listening to more indie music. I started listening to more Beach House, some Clairo, kind of performative over here. And yeah, then I listened to Lana and yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I was telling Matt before this, whenever I was listening to your music, I heard heavy Ethel Cain influences. I don't know if that was on purpose, but production at the least, I really, really heard that, especially with Bellissimo and all that. I really heard that. I don't know if you have a specific connection with Ethel Cain, but that's what I heard.
I love her song American Teenager. Very basic, but yeah.
So you said that your dad was a huge Swiftie. Inclined at all, or is he just a huge fan of music?
Well, the thing is, he's not even a huge fan of music. He downloaded a couple of her albums, and that was it. And he would listen to them once a month. My mom, she also wasn't very musically inclined. Sometimes I'll just put on music in the radio. I'll turn on the radio, or I'll connect my phone to the car, and they'll be like, "We don't want music right now." And I'm just okay, whatever. And they never really liked playing any instruments. When I started playing instruments and singing, they were like, "Are you even our daughter? Who are you?" But yeah, no.
The black sheep of the family just being very musically talented.
I guess so.
That's awesome.
So when you did discover music, though, and you did start learning these instruments, first of all, how did you settle which instrument you wanted to learn first? And then how did your parents react to that?
Well, I don't remember how I decided on piano first. I think my parents decided for me. I remember we were walking down the street, and then I saw this store that sold a bunch of pianos, and I've never seen a piano before. So I was like, "Mom, Dad, I want to go into that store." And then they took me in there, and I just started playing a bunch of these weird notes. I couldn't play, I was 5. And then they're like, "We're enrolling her in music lessons. She's going to become a classical music prodigy." And then in quarantine, I was just like, "Mom, Dad, I'm bored. Can I get a guitar?" And then, yeah.
And then it just went from there. So you're enrolled in school right now. What's your major and what you are doing there? Where do you go?
I'm at Emory University in Atlanta, and I originally came here to be pre-med, and then I discovered, no. So I think right now what I'm going to do is either get a BBA or a degree in music along with So Emory has a dual degree program with Georgia Tech where you can study engineering with Georgia Tech while you're at Emory. So I think I'm going to do bioengineering there in addition to what I'm doing here.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that was the case there at all. I have a couple of friends that go to tech, and they really like it, but it's very, very, very tech-heavy, for sure, it being in the name.
In the name itself.
Well, I wanted to ask about how your major kind of influences your identity as an artist. Is there a lot of crossover, or is there not really any crossover?
To be honest, I'm not really sure yet because, well, I'm a freshman here. I just got started, and I haven't really taken a lot of major specific classes yet. But as for how it influences my identity, I'm not really sure because I don't know, like I usually, like even throughout high school, I was really good at science and really good at music. I kept those things separate. So I guess I'm excited to find out as well.
I gotcha. Well, that's awesome. But we've already heard some of your music, but we want our listeners to get a taste of your sound. So what's the first song you wanted us to highlight today?
Okay, let's start with Do You Feel It Too? That's my newest one.
All right,
All right.
Matt, we gotta check it out.
I know. All right, here's Do You Feel It Too by Hey Leah.
Wish you knew the way I see you. It's too bad we'll never land. Here it is, the end of high school. Found you too late, how could it end? Keep on walking on until you see me coming. Would you come into my house and we could play pretend? Another year left in this town. While we're packing everything inside, baby. Iced tea, whiskey, summer, hobby, pirates, mermaids. Another year left in this town. Will you be my everything? Come on now, we like each other. Wish I talked to you these years, but I'm scared to be your lover. Oh, rejection, my worst fear. Keep on loving, boy, until our hearts are hurting. Would you come into my house and we could play pretend? Another year left in this town. While we're packing everything inside, baby. Iced tea, whiskey, summer, hobby, pirates, mermaids. Another year left in this town. Will you be my everything? Do you feel it too? Do you feel it too? Do you feel it when we touch? Our shoulders meet our hallway brush, disappearing to the rush. Do you feel it? Do you feel it? Do you feel it? One night love can tell a lie. Our hopes are up, overthinking way too much. Would you come into my house and we could play pretend? Another year left in this town. While we're packing everything inside, baby. Iced tea, whiskey, summer, hobby, pirates, mermaids. Another year left in this town. Will you be my everything?
All right, well, that was Do You Feel It Too by Hey Leah. if you want to talk a little bit about how you put that together, when you put it together, if there was musicians involved or if you outsourced production, I want to hear all about that.
Yeah, so for all of my songs, I produced them, and for Do You Feel It Too, I guess I sampled. I used Splice for the drums, and then for the guitar, I recorded all of that by myself in my bedroom at the time because I actually began producing this spring of last year, and then I never released the song until now. And then for keys and MIDI, I kind of just programmed that on my computer. I use Ableton. And for the mics, since I don't have access to expensive mics in my house, I believe I went to my school and asked to borrow a condenser mic there. And I also went to a local music school that I used to work at. It's called Bach to Rock, and I asked them if I could just borrow their room with the recording equipment for like an hour or two and just record my lead vocals in there because they had a soundproof room, which I really needed. And yeah, I don't think I really got anyone to help me with the production on that one. It was just all me.
Well, it sounds like you really did your research. I mean, already speaking about condenser mics, MIDIs, like you've been doing this for a minute. I can already like hear it. It's really cool that you had access to like the soundproof room and stuff like that. And it's really cool to hear that it was really just all you. Like that's really awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, it definitely takes a lot of work, especially since I was trying to balance like the end of senior year when I wrote that song with like fading academics. Like I wasn't really that focused on academics. I was like, get me out of here. But just focusing on all my academic and social commitments while also trying to make time for like an hour every day, if I even got to it, to just mix music, maybe record it, maybe tune my vocals, maybe just put it together.
Yeah, definitely. Do you also stay within yourself when it comes to like lyricism, or do you collaborate with anyone on that part?
I rarely collaborate. If it's collaborate, like I would say I never really collaborate on lyrics, no, but that's something I'm really trying to do more. I'm trying to find songwriters on my campus here. There's not that many of them, but I'm trying to seek them out. And in the past, I've just written all of my lyrics, and every once in a while, I'll be writing, and maybe a friend is next to me, and I'll be like, Sammy, what rhymes with car? And then he'll just give me a word that rhymes with car, and I'll just use that, if that counts.
Yeah, anything is collaboration in my book.
So when you are writing these lyrics, where do you pull inspiration from?
Okay, well, from a bunch of different things. Sometimes I get bored and I write from the perspective of fictional characters, like kind of like Taylor Swift did with Folklore. And then sometimes I'll be listening to a friend tell me about her life, and I'll be like, okay, I don't have anything going on in my life. I'll write from your perspective. Or sometimes things just happen to me, or I experience things. I like to write about places I travel to and people that I meet, and I'll just write about that. And yeah, really.
I noticed that on your Spotify you've been releasing music since 2023. And I know recently you did a name change. So if you want to talk a little bit about the progression of your musical career and what prompted you to change your name, all that.
Yeah. Well, at first, I started out in 2023 under the artist name Leon, which is like kind of French for like a kind of, it's like a French word, but like I don't really know. I don't remember why I released it under that name, but I remember after like a month, I was like, no, I'm changing it to like my real name, Leah Dong, because I realized like the alias I choose when I'm 15 years old probably isn't the alias I want to use. So I was like, if I'm already getting sick of it, I should just keep my name. And that was why I kept it Leah Dong for so long. Because I was like, if I change it, I'm just going to get sick of it. It's not going to be, I'm going to think, oh, that wasn't creative. It was cringy. I shouldn't have done that. But then as I transitioned into college, I guess my mind kind of changed about that. And also there were people commenting on TikTok like, you should change your name if you want to get big. And I was like, I feel like they're just hating. But then eventually I started to agree with them and think, maybe I don't want just my name. I want something else to represent me, because I want to separate who I am as an artist with who I am as a person. And also the fact that my friend Sammy told me that if I ever got famous, my fan base would be called the Ding Dongs. That kind of made me want to change my artist name. No hate to that though.
So where did the hey come from?
I don't even know. I think I had a friend on campus who just went up to me and was like, "Hey, Leah." And I just loved the way her voice sounded when she said that. I just loved that. I was like, "Wait, can you say that again? Hey, Leah." She's like, "Hey, Leah." And I was like, "Okay."
That's the one.
You're like, I'm into it. You were like, I'm into it. I'm into that. Oh, wow. Wow. But I kind of asking more about your identity as an artist. You are a developing artist still. What's been the hardest part about that?
Okay. I think the hardest part about that is staying consistent and being persistent with my music, because I have all these people around me who are like, "Oh my gosh, you make music that is the coolest thing ever. Can I like take your album covers? Like, can I like say I knew you before you got famous?" And then there's other people who are like, "Yeah, like that's a fun hobby, but like what are you actually gonna do with your life?" So I've just been kind of stuck on that. Some people are like, "No, oh my gosh, Leah, your music is so good. You could totally drop out of school for that." And I'm not gonna do that. But there's other people who are like, yeah, like everyone makes music. You're just one of them. I feel like you should focus on your actual career. So I've just kind of, in addition to my parents telling me, like they're the very traditional Asian parents, and they would always tell me like, "Yeah, like you could do this as a hobby, but that's not why we got you into music when you were 5. Like, we don't want you doing this. If you pursue this, like, we're not gonna support you." So that was that, and that really conflicted within me. Like, should I spend the extra time on this assignment, or should I spend the extra time on this song or promoting this song, which I think is gonna do well? And yeah, I just try to balance it all.
I mean, not having the support of your parents must be, well, maybe they support a little bit now, but initially not having that backup must be really, really difficult. But, how do you talked about how everyone says, "Oh, everyone makes music now," and stuff like that. How do you go about separating yourself from those other people that are also making music?
That's a good question. I guess, in terms of what I tell day-to-day people, I don't really. Because I think in the, market, people say it's oversaturated. I think, yeah, there are some artists out there who, spend, an hour on a song and release it, and that's considered music. And what I do, I spend, 40 hours on the production of a song alone, and that's also called music. And I think I'm not the person to say, this is good music and this is bad music. That's all up to the listener. But what differentiates me, I guess I just go up to people and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I make music, check me out." And people are probably like, "Oh, I've heard this 50 times. But then if they actually listen to my music, every time someone does, they tell me, "Wow, this exceeded my expectations. This is not what I thought most underground artists would sound like." And my music itself differentiates me, plus my branding, and I put a lot of effort into what album covers I choose and what pictures I put online, but all of that, yeah.
Well, I wanted to ask about that too, because Michaela and I, we went through your entire branding as well, and you're really great at marketing. And I want to ask if that was you marketing yourself, or if you have a team of people helping you with marketing.
Okay, so for the past, I'd say 3 years, I was marketing myself. It really took a lot out of me. People are like, "You have to post 3 times a day," and I'm like, "Girl, I have a final. I'm not doing that." But recently, I met with a manager, Christine, who actually introduced me to you guys, and an idea of both of us was like, we should get people to help us. So literally last week, I got 2 other people to help me manage my social media, and we're easing into that.
That's amazing. It's great to have a team behind you, like especially while us all being in school, I'm assuming. Like it's good to lighten the load a little bit, so then you can focus more on your art and your production, and maybe put 50 hours in next time. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
And on the topic of marketing and all that, Bellissima, the next song that we're gonna hear, that has now 17,000 streams. That's crazy. I looked this morning and it was 16 the last time I saw it. Now it's 17. Were there any efforts playlisting wise or pitching wise on that, or did it just take off on its own?
Definitely playlisting. I remember when I found out that my song Bellissima got on editorial playlists for Spotify. I was in China over the summer visiting my family with my dad, and we were, for one night we had to stay in a hotel room because of some flooding situation, which is not good, but I remember we were in this tiny hotel room, and I looked at my phone. I was looking at my phone all day, seeing like stats for my new song. It just came out, and then I saw featuring Leah, Bellissima, and then these like 3 or 4 editorial playlists. I started jumping up and down. I was like, Dad, you don't understand. He did not understand. You don't understand. This is insane. I got like my new song just like today. And he was like, okay, great, like go to bed now. But I was so excited, I couldn't sleep. And I think that was the first time, the second time a song has been on an editorial playlist. The first time it was my song, You Were Supposed to Fall in Love with Me, which I produced when I was 15 in my basement. And I remember seeing that. I was like, wow, I really hope this song takes off. And it kind of did. I remember that summer while I was waitressing, in between like shifts, I would just post 3 to 4 times a day. I was like, I need this song. I need people to hear this song. And I guess they did. And it was a combination of me really working at my marketing and like on TikTok and everything. And then Spotify decided to help me out.
Yeah, no, I mean, speaking on behalf of me being a manager, like when we landed editorial, it changes everything. Like it really does. So congratulations on that, and even knowing what editorial is. Like I'm a music business student, so I do, but like it's not common knowledge. So props to you.
For our listeners and maybe somebody in the room, could you guys kind of give an explanation as to what editorial means?
Yeah, it's just so Spotify has like algorithmic playlists, which is the like your funky mix of the day 27, and it's very much an algorithm. And then there's user generated playlists, which are just like music curators on like Spotify that just do playlists, will put stuff in. You can pitch to them directly. But editorial is that like secret third option that like New Music Friday, like all of that. Yeah, New Music Friday, all of that is going to be like hand selected from the Spotify people.
So somebody from the Spotify team found your song and added it to a playlist. That's really impressive. Wow. I can't even imagine how awesome it must have felt in the moment. That's so cool.
Changes the game.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, well, we've already heard Bellissima, but I want our listeners to really hop into it.
Definitely. All right, up next, Bellissima.
Perfume in my room. Oh, how silent his voice and attitude. He's just different. He loves with hands and clues. I might go there when I'm blue instead of lost.
I miss the love that I had lost. Believe
escaped from high school to a stage with you. They asked to touch me, but you know how to hold me. Oh, how the wind would pick me up, light as a feather, hearts are rocks. I miss the way our hands would touch. Bellissima. Oh, I still long now to escape, break from New York. I'll come and stay, crash on the rocks, my heaven waves from mountain tops. Warning staircases, hand in his pocket. I'm flying away from the land I was lost in, protesting my old man. I love him, it's true. I died on the day we went back. Now 2 years later, wish you were right here. I find you in dancers, I find me in tears, stuck in a country conquered by fear. I died on the day we went back. Oh, how the wind would pick me up, longing from the Americas, me with my love or lack thereof. Bellissima. Oh, how you built up all my faith just for my love to chip away. I'll sing your name for days and days from mountain tops.
And that was Bellissima by Hey Leah. That was so beautiful. That was a beautiful track. But Leah, we want to hop into more of your, we've covered your past, we've covered your present. We want to know about your future as an artist, where you see yourself going, your aspirations in this career field. So yeah, getting started with that. Where, just spitballing here, in the next 5 years, where do you see yourself in the industry?
That's a rough question because it depends on so much, but where I would want to see myself in the industry, I want to open for some bigger artists. I want to go all out. Like, I want to spend so much of my time on this. I want it to really take off. And in fact, I actually just signed with this label distribution company called Mandatory Music. They distribute Don West. I don't know if you guys have heard.
I know. Yeah. That's awesome. Congratulations.
I just signed my next single through them, which December hopefully comes out. And I hope to continue working with them, and also just focus more on my music. I really want to play some shows live. I want to play some shows in Atlanta, maybe go on tour if I build a significant fan base around the US, and my ultimate dream is to go on tour internationally. I want to go to all these different countries that I visited when I wrote my songs about the people there. I think that would be great. And yeah.
Actually, a little bit on that, because I read this about you. Whenever you visit these places, you record noises and then put it in the songs. Is that right?
Yeah. I don't consider myself a Foley artist, but like, for example, when I visited, my parents took me on a trip to Spain and Italy because they're really close a while ago, and I was like, wow, this is great. I love the air, the sounds here. Let me just record it. And then I didn't know I'd use it in the song Bellissima, but I ended up writing about someone that I met there and some people, some like awesome, just everything about that place I loved. So I wrote a song about it, and I put that in the background of my song, and I was like, wait, I should do this more often. And for another song of mine, Summer, which we haven't played here, but if you're listening, you should check it out. I recorded some sounds of like my really good friend's backyard in the summer because I was like, wow, I love how the birds sound. I love, like, there's kids playing in the park near us. Like, I love it. And then for Aristocrat, which we're going to play next, I recorded sounds from New York City and put it into that. So I like taking, like, if I'm writing a song in a place that isn't my house, or writing a song about a place that's not my house, which I usually do, I like to go there and recreate the sound so the people listening actually get immersed in the lyrics I'm writing.
That's really phenomenal. Like, something I haven't heard an artist do.
That's really cool. Wow, because you really, I mean, talk about wanting to really get your audience in that place, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. Have you had any, like, because I know that, because I'm a journalism major, and so when I go out and I record stuff for audio packages and stuff like that, sometimes I'll be recording natural sound and I'll hear somebody will walk by me and they'll say, like, I'll pick up their conversations or stuff like that. Have you ever had an awkward moment doing that, of picking up, like, an awkward conversation or anything?
Yeah, usually people don't know that I'm recording them. I just keep my phone, I just record, and then it just looks like I'm on my phone. People don't really notice. But if I do pick up a conversation, like, and it's loud and you can hear the private things they're talking about, I just crop it out. I just edit it.
Not your story to tell.
I got you.
I love it. Well, let's hear those New York City sounds in Aristocrat. It's good because most of our listeners are New York based.
Yeah.
So maybe they can hear themselves in it.
Yeah, maybe they're in it.
I watch you sleep in beds of silk, just like your skin. When you touch me, I stalk your house across the street from the limousine. I'm watch me kill a dream in a taxi. I'll kiss your hair for the hell of it. I'll leave you breathless when ending it. Step in my car, you won't. Come to my arms, you won't. I'll kill myself if you cross the bridge. If there's tomorrow, second chance. Step in my car, you won't. Yeah, I'll go for you, won't. Your right hand side, it's pain to me. What an ugly mind with eyes so deep. You're a pretty girl, they can make you mine, but I can't be yours this time.
Mick, I think I heard you in the background of the song. I think maybe.
And I was like, hi, hey, Leah.
I was like, hey, Leah, wait.
Hey,
you're
Leah,
recording.
hold up.
Oh man. Oh man. Hey Leah. So your name is just so fun to say. Like before we got on this call, we were like, I was saying, okay, when Leah gets on, I'm gonna say, hey Leah, because that's just like
goofing.
we were goofing a little bit. Oh man, but we've really like appreciated you coming on today. Before we go though, where can our listeners find you?
Yeah, they could find me everywhere. I think I'm on every platform that exists. Spotify, Apple, Amazon, YouTube, Deezer. I think some of my songs are on SoundCloud. Everywhere, Pandora. What's the other one called?
Tidal, maybe?
Yeah, I'm on Tidal too. I'm on pretty much everywhere. And if you want to see me, I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube. I post my music videos, lyric videos there, so stay in tune. But yeah.
Awesome. We'll check Hey Leah out on all of the places we just talked about. And again, thank you for coming on here.
Of course. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Yeah. Ba la 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 la. All right.